mind-blowing and interesting facts on South Africa. Get ready to dive into the vibrant world of South Africa, known as the Rainbow Nation. Here are 20 mind-blowing and interesting facts about this diverse and intriguing country that'll leave you both awestruck and chuckling. From its stunning landscapes to its unique traditions, we've got it all covered. This Rainbow Nation isn't messing around. It's roughly twice the size of Texas, with a population of around 60 million people. That's a lot of potential braai, which is barbecue, buddies. South Africa is located at the southern tip of the African continent, bordered by the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. Talk about prime real estate. It is bordered by Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Swaziland, Eswatini, and Lesotho. The name South Africa is derived from the country's geographic location at the southern tip of Africa. That is very boring, right? The term was used to describe the region as early as the late 19th century during the colonial period when the British controlled the area. Specifically, the British unified 4 distinct territories in 1910: Cape Colony, Natal, Transvaal, and the Orange Free State, into the Union of South Africa, which later became the Republic of South Africa. Nelson Mandela, known as Madiba, is a global icon for freedom and equality. Did you know that he had a cameo in Spike Lee's Malcolm X? Robben Island, once a prison where Nelson Mandela was held, spending 18 of his 27 years in prison there, is now a symbol of the triumph over adversity. South Africa has an apartheid museum, a poignant and educational experience that provides insight into South Africa's turbulent past. Apartheid, a system of racial segregation, existed in South Africa until the early 1990s. The fight for equality remains a cornerstone of the nation's ongoing story. South Africa has given us global sensations like Ladysmith Black Mambazo and Miriam Makeba. Get ready to groove, calling all chocoholics. South Africa is the world's biggest producer of rooibos tea, an antioxidant powerhouse rumored to have anti-aging properties. Basically, you can sip your way to younger-looking skin while munching on delicious South African chocolate. So, what other mind-blowing facts are in South Africa? Let's get started as we count down from number 20 to number 1. Number 20, South Africa's unique capital system. Believe it or not, South Africa marches to the beat of its drum when it comes to capitals. Instead of having just one, it boasts 3. Yeah, you heard it right. While most countries are content with a single capital city, South Africa spreads the love equally across the nation. Here's the scoop. Cape Town takes the reins for the legislative branch, Pretoria holds sway over the executive branch, and Bloemfontein holds court for the judicial branch of the government. It's a little quirky, but hey, that's what makes South Africa stand out from the crowd. Number 19. Shipwreck Wonderland in South Africa. Did you know that South African waters hold over 3,000 documented shipwrecks from throughout history? Among the most famous are the BOS 400 in the Western Cape and the Jacaranda wreck in the Eastern Cape, which attract hordes of tourists eager to explore their mysteries. Imagine the stories these sunken vessels could tell. Number 18. Cape Town is the birthplace of heart transplants. Did you know that one of the toughest surgeries in the world, the heart transplant, has its roots in Cape Town? That's right. The very first heart transplant ever performed took place at Groote Schuur Hospital in Cape Town. The recipient was Dr. Christian Barnard. Talk about a pioneering spirit. It's incredible to think that this groundbreaking medical milestone happened right here. Number 17. South Africa's Wine Wonderland. Since the 17th century, South Africa's Cape Winelands has been one of the world's top wine producers, even boasting the longest wine route in the world, Route 62, which stretches 850 kilometers. With over 500 registered wineries and 4,400 primary producers, the country offers hundreds of vintage wines. Thinking of a winery tour? Let's drink to that. Number 16. South African Breweries takes the world by storm. Dating back to 1895, South African Breweries, SAB. Miller has risen to become one of the biggest beer brewers globally in terms of volume. Operating in a whopping 60 countries spread across 5 continents, SAB Miller even supplies approximately half of China's beer. And if you're a fan of classic brews, you've likely heard of Castle Lager, their flagship product introduced 113 years ago, which continues to enjoy widespread popularity. Cheers to that! Number 15. South Africa's ancient secrets. Some of the earliest human fossils were found by archaeologists in the Sterkfontein caves in South Africa, now known as the cradle of humankind. Among these discoveries were numerous Australopithecus remains, including one set nicknamed Littlefoot, which turned out to be over 3.4 million years old, older than the famous Lucy. In case you didn't know, Lucy was one of the first hominin fossils discovered in 1974 in Hadar, Ethiopia. How amazing is that? Number 14. The amazing sardine run in South Africa. Every winter, billions of sardines embark on an incredible journey from the Atlantic coast to the KwaZulu-Natal coastline, known as the Sardine Run, all because of the cold temperatures. There are so many sardines that satellites in outer space can actually see them from orbit. Before we move to number 13, if you are enjoying the video, please subscribe to our channel and share the video. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Number 13. South Africa's linguistic extravaganza. Why settle for just one official language when you can have a whopping 11? Yup, that's how South Africa rolls. We like to go big. From English to Afrikaans, Sepedi to isiZulu, which is the Bantu language of the Zulus, they have got a linguistic buffet that'll make your head spin. And wait, there's more. Historically, they have got around 34 other languages hanging out, just in case you thought we were done. It's no wonder most South Africans are fluent in at least 2 languages. Number 12. South Africa is a wildlife wonderland. South Africa is a paradise for animal lovers, boasting 800 bird species, 150 mammal species, and 50 species of snakes and lizards. Among the most famous are the Big Five: elephants, rhinos, buffaloes, leopards, and lions. But that's not all. South Africa is home to unique species you won't find anywhere else, like the springbok, their national animal, as well as the Cape kudu and bontebok. If you love wildlife, you'll feel right at home here. Rhino poaching remains a significant problem, threatening the survival of these majestic animals. Conservation efforts are ongoing. Number 11. South Africa's peaceful nuclear decision. Unlike most countries with nuclear weapons programs, South Africa made the bold move to dismantle its arsenal voluntarily. In 1989, former President F.W. de Klerk signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT, believing that having these weapons could lead to future problems. This decision was a powerful message to the world that South Africa was committed to peace. Number 10. South Africa's Floral Wonderland. It might sound like something out of a whimsical video game, but nestled in the southwestern tip of the country lies one of the world's floral kingdoms, famously known as the Cape Floral Kingdom. Boasting the highest concentration of plant species on Earth, it harbors around 3 times more flora varieties than even the mighty Amazon rainforest. What's more, a staggering 70% of its 9,600 plant species are indigenous, meaning you won't find them anywhere else but here. It's like stepping into a botanical wonderland. Number 9. South Africa's soccer spectacle. Football isn't just a game in South Africa. It's practically part of our DNA. So, you can bet your bottom dollar they were over the moon when they snagged the title of the first African nation to host the 2010 FIFA World Cup. They went all out with a jaw-dropping 30 billion rand project, which is about $1.6 billion, building a whopping 10 stadiums that were buzzing with excitement during every match. And get this, even the iconic Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban got in on the action, hosting some of the biggest games of the tournament. So, what can you do at Moses Mabhida Stadium now? Well, besides watching epic soccer showdowns, you can also take a leap of faith with the famous Big Swing, or enjoy panoramic views from the Sky Car. It's not just a stadium, it's a whole adventure waiting to happen. Number 8. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, right? South Africa is a true treasure trove, producing 9.1% of the world's diamonds. In 2023 alone, the country exported diamonds worth around 118 billion rand, $6.2 billion. The crown jewel of them all is the Cullinan diamond from Pretoria, weighing in at a massive 3,106 metric carats. Named after Thomas Cullinan, the chairman of the company that discovered it. This colossal gem holds the title of the world's largest diamond, and the current estimated value is $400 million. Number 7. Bungee jumping? Imagine this, soaring at a stomach-churning 709 feet, 216 meters, above the Bluekrans River in the Western Cape. The Bluekrans Bridge reigns as the highest commercial bungee jumping bridge globally, proudly holding its Guinness World Record title. For all thrill-seeking adrenaline junkies out there, this is the ultimate destination. Not for the faint of heart or stomach. Located in Sitkiama on the Garden Route, right on the border between the Western and Eastern Cape, it's the go-to spot for an unforgettable bungee jumping experience. Number 6. Table Mountain's timeless majesty. When it comes to enduring the test of time, South Africa's iconic Table Mountain stands out as a clear frontrunner. At a whopping 260 million years old, just imagine the countless human generations it has witnessed. Not only does it hold this impressive age, but it also boasts the title of being one of the new 7 natural wonders of the world. With approximately 8,200 flower species, Table Mountain is a true marvel of nature that continues to captivate visitors from around the globe. Number 5. South Africa leads the way in LGBTQ+ rights. Despite widespread homophobia in Africa, South Africa made history by legalizing same-sex marriage in 2006, becoming the first nation on the continent to do so. It was also the 5th country in the world to recognize such unions, demonstrating our unwavering commitment to equality. Adding to this progress, President Cyril Ramaphosa passed the Civil Union Amendment Act, ensuring that marriage officers cannot refuse to conduct same-sex marriages. Here in South Africa, love always wins. Number 4. Nobel Neighbors in Soweto. It seems like destiny rather than coincidence. South Africa's 2 iconic Nobel Peace Prize winners, Archbishop Desmond Tutu and former President Nelson Mandela, both lived on the same street in Vilakazi, Soweto. Plus, if you're in the area, you can visit Mandela House, now a public museum. How amazing is that? Number 3. South Africa's ancient meteor miracle. Believe it or not, evidence of meteor impacts on Earth isn't just the stuff of sci-fi movies. It's real, and South Africa is home to clear proof. The Redefort crater, the world's oldest meteor scar, dates back a staggering 2 billion years. You can check out this cosmic marvel in Paris, a town nestled southwest of the bustling city of Johannesburg. But here's the kicker. Experts suggest that this very crater is responsible for around 1/3 of the world's gold mining. How's that for an out-of-this-world coincidence? Number 2. High unemployment and inequality. Like many countries, South Africa faces some challenges. Unemployment rates in South Africa are critically high, especially among the youth. This leads to widespread poverty, social unrest, and economic stagnation. It has one of the highest levels of economic inequality in the world. The gap between the rich and the poor is significant, with poverty, unemployment, and lack of access to education exacerbating the issue. South Africa has high crime rates, including violent crimes such as murder and armed robbery. This creates a sense of insecurity among citizens and deters investment in tourism. South Africa has one of the highest HIV/AIDS prevalence rates globally. Despite having a relatively advanced healthcare system, South Africa struggles with issues such as inadequate infrastructure, high HIV/AIDS rates, and tuberculosis. Access to quality healthcare remains uneven. Corruption is a significant problem, affecting both the public and private sectors. It undermines trust in government, hinders economic development, and perpetuates inequality, eroding public trust and hindering efficient service delivery. Number 1. Power cuts and water scarcity. South Africa experiences frequent power outages, a condition known as load shedding. This disrupts businesses, homes, and essential services. Water scarcity is also a growing problem in South Africa, especially in urban areas. This requires investment in water management and infrastructure. Rapid urbanization has led to housing shortages and the growth of informal settlements. These areas often lack basic services such as sanitation, electricity, and clean water. That brings us to the end of the video. What were your most interesting facts? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to share the video, subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. Take care until the next one. See you soon.